Hello, everybody. This is just a Sip from Adventures Discovery Vlog, and today, I am going to be doing a video on. Hold on. Lord, I forgot the name of the title. Oh, excuse me. Excuse my. Hold on, let me find it. There we go. Today, I am going to be doing a video on zombie apocalypse. Could it happen? And today is joining me is a great special friend. Introduce yourself, friend.
Hello, everybody. My name is Tristan. I am the owner and the operator, whatever, of Moore's Place on YouTube.
Ooh, ooh, ooh,
And you can probably check out my channel on YouTube. Just type in Moore's Place. You cannot miss my channel. It has got 240 videos and 43 subscribers. Trying to build that count up to 100 by the end of the year, maybe more. So check out my channel. I do nothing but gaming videos. I'm also going to get back into the vlog session pretty soon. But yeah, come by and swing by. Check out my channel.
Alright, check out his channel. Go like, comment, and subscribe, like I said. Period. But today's topic is zombie apocalypse. Could it happen?
Dun, dun,
Well,
dun.
ooh, I like that. I like that. I like that the dramatic, dun dun dun. Okay, do I believe the zombie apocalypse can happen? Yes, I do. I believe it can happen. Let me tell you, I do believe because I've been taking notes. Y'all just don't know. Be doing my little theories and my breakdowns, my historical facts. I wish Tristan would see it, but he didn't want to be on video today, and I understand that.
My face has only been shown, I think, in 5 of my videos. So if you want to see my face, check out my YouTube channel. My profile picture is my face.
Say hey, Reagan. I got my friend on the other camera. She's like, oh, MG.
Up, bro. That
That's
thing that I
funny.
just watched,
Yeah.
it's on the stove heating up, getting hot, so it doesn't rust. So don't touch it because it's gonna be hot.
So on that zombie apocalypse, could it happen?
Yes, it's possible. It could happen.
Oh, by the way, if y'all hear loud noises, I live right next to a train track. So, yeah. But
Who are you talking to?
My friend, my other friend. We talk about this video, honey. Let me tell you, Reagan. I believe this over. Let me tell you, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna be real honest with y'all. I believe this zombie apocalypse can happen because I believe Hollywood knows something. I know Hollywood knows something because think about it. Because all I see is nothing but zombie movies. Like they be popping up out of nowhere. I believe the zombie apocalypse can happen in real life because there is a virus that attacks. Hey Willow,
Lord,
that attacks that attacks ants and stuff and turns them into zombies. But I mean, could it possible? Is it possible, like, it go towards humans? I mean, it can, but I believe it can happen. What you think, Tristan?
well, I do have something to say. If it does happen, let's just pray to God that they are the zombies from The Walking Dead and not the zombies from the Resident Evil series. My fat ass can't run that fast now.
No, you okay? You thinking them zombies? No, you thinking them zombies are tough? No, think about the zombies from what's that movie? Pause. Oh, y'all heard this new song? It's with um, we're making a second name. It called Pause. Pause. Let me stop. But
How are we going from zombies to music? No, 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 no.
You
cause
need to
I was
stop
being
putting a front in front of people. You need to stop. You need to stop. You need to stop. Because you know good and damn well you hate that fucking cat. So she quit trying to act.
you hear my friend?
That cat. that cat.
I don't hate my cat.
You tried to give me the cat earlier.
I sure did. I'm just kidding. But yeah, what's that movie? Let's see. I'm thinking
I
of
swear
it.
to God. I swear to
28.
God.
Cause you think Resident Evil tough? No, think about 28 days later or 28 weeks later. How fast some zombies would run? They running like they was on the
Hey,
track team.
hey, the 28 days later zombies ain't nothing compared to the Resident Evil zombies because those Resident Evil zombies are big, muscular, and big.
Oh well, you better fight them. They your same height. You better fight them.
There ain't no zombie out there that's 5'3".
Them zombies. What I'm trying to say is, you big and they big. You better fight them. Better fight them like the dude they look like.
Hey, I'll go down swinging, but how people describe me is I'm a walking zombie buffet.
Listen, you is not no buffet. You the full course meal. The full
Again,
course
the buffet.
meal. Let me tell you.
It's an all you can eat.
You the full course meal. You are the appetizer. You the dessert. You the breakfast. The lunch. The dinner. The supper. You even the chocolate. You even the ice cream. The cake. You all that, my friend. You all that.
And what are you? The fried chickens and collard greens?
Oh.
You going to hell
Bitch,
with
dude.
gasoline draws on.
He said no, Reagan. He said that
You going to hell with gasoline
No, Reagan, you should have heard what he said, Reagan. He said that I am what am I to the zombies? Fried chicken and cornbread and collard greens.
You going to hell.
I'm already there.
I'm not going to hell, baby. I'm going to heaven.
I'm
be singing with them angels. Hallelujah.
No. You want me to tell you an old Irish saying?
And what's that, Tristan?
Maybe be in heaven 3 days before the devil knows you're dead.
You going to hell with gasoline draws.
But like I said, if the zombie apocalypse, listen, I done told you.
Listen,
Well,
this is my second one, so shut the fuck
Know
up.
what you said last night, Reagan? You said you gonna stop smoking, Reagan.
well, hey, here's the thing though,
I
like,
ain't smoking. I don't even have a pack of cigarettes on me, bruh.
But
Well,
yeah, if
well-
let me tell you, if the zombie apocalypse be like the Walking Dead zombie apocalypse,
Hold on.
You-
You want to throw me out like that? You told me you was gonna stop sucking dick.
well, this video took a turn for the worse.
I ain't never said that.
Yes,
Well, this video took a turn for the worse.
I don't do stuff like that. I am wholly instinctified.
Oh, don't you dare! You know damn well, don't you fucking lie.
Hold up.
Don't you lie.
I'm gonna become a whole nun out here.
Who gonna
Respect to
believe
the nuns out there.
you? Who gonna believe you? Not nobody. So shut up.
You know what? Leave me alone. Cause I like to say
Well-
something to you, right? You're on camera. I like to say
Well, hey.
something to you.
To answer your question about the whole
Go
zombie
ahead.
thing,
See what happens.
right?
I'm gonna come to Florida and yank that
I'm
bonnet
listening.
off your head.
And guess what? We'll be out here fighting then. Come yank this
Get
bonnet.
that bonnet.
Come yank this bonnet, baby.
Back
Come
up.
yank it. Come
Willow's
yank
my
it.
bitch. I'm gonna get her to back me up.
Who?
Willow.
You know what? You ain't girl bad. I will fight my own cat in a heartbeat. She ain't about that life. She's scared. She ain't about that life. I'm just kidding.
Are we still talking about zombie
Shit about
apocalypse,
that, like,
or are we
you
just
can't
talking
go
about
ass
whatever
up
now?
When you get right there behind all that.
Okay. Back to the topic. You see, Reagan got me sidetracked. We do this every day. We do this every single day. Like this is an everyday occurrence.
Y'all were talking about the zombie apocalypse. How you're gonna be the main course for the male zombies.
Who gonna be the meal? Who gonna be the full meal course?
You.
Hold on. In the words of fairy godmother from that Cinderella Vine, when she said, what booty and thighs and all that do I have so I can be a whole meal? I'm more like a snack. I'm a
You're
snack.
frozen. You're frozen. You know that, right? You're frozen.
I'm a snack. That's a full course meal right there. You
No,
a
I'm
full
telling you,
course
you're-
meal.
Alright,
I'm a snack.
No, you ain't. You's a whole breakfast, dinner, everything. You a whole course.
And guess what? And you didn't insure the protein shake. How about that for you?
I would rather be an insert than a whole full course meal.
Oh.
Yeah, we're just gonna leave Moore's place over here just hanging.
Listen, Tristan, listen. But like I said, back to the topic.
Oh, now we're going back to the topic.
Yes, because I'm done with Reagan for
You
today.
gotta get his banana. You gotta get his banana.
Can you even hear her?
I can.
I'm pretty sure everybody else can hear her too. Ooh.
So, to answer to your question, wait, that's what that noise is?
I hate that bitch. I hate her. Oh,
And y'all wonder why I don't pick up the phone when y'all call in the group.
I can't stand it, man.
And y'all wonder why I don't pick up the phone when y'all call the group.
Cause she petty, Tristan. That's why I'm glad you don't answer. Cause she petty.
You do know I almost picked up one night. Hey, y'all do know I almost picked up one night because it was almost 2 a.m. and y'all decided to fucking call and woke me up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Like that chocolate, don't you?
Mm-hmm. And I love that chocolate.
Yeah, this is what you saying in that bedroom too.
Okay, so can we please get back to the topic that we were supposed to be announcing?
Okay.
Instead of y'all two being petty ass motherfuckers.
Okay, I'll just aside.
Okay, so what I've been trying to say is there's a possibility that it could happen.
Mm-hmm.
You wanna know why?
What the Justice?
I'm listening.
Really? Is you high?
You wanna know why? You wanna know why it's a possibility that it could happen?
Why it could happen, friend? Tell us why it could happen.
Well, let's see. Okay, so everybody in different countries have their own like beliefs about everything, right? Like, when Ebola was an outbreak in Africa, there was said to be people coming up from the graves and walking around, and it found out it was a hoax.
Mm-hmm.
But in the 1970s, but in the 1970s, right, in Ireland, okay, in a small town in Ireland back in the 1970s, this is actually, nobody knows how this happened. A mysterious fog rolled in the small town, and everybody decided to close up early. And the police that night were getting reports of seeing people walking in the middle of the road and all that in the fog. And when the police went to go investigate the cemetery the next day, all the graves were dug up, and there was no bodies, no nothing in all the graves.
Dang, that's some. Jesus,
and nobody knows how this happened, because it's a cold case pretty much, and as the police, it's a cold case because nobody knows how this happened. And this happened in the 1970s in Ireland, and so it's a possibility that it could happen, and then you get that possibility that it could not happen.
What happened, Justin? You gotta take your glasses off because you wanted to be serious for a second.
So it's in the range of the 60-40% range. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That it could possibly happen here, because in 2011, don't forget the bath salt incident that turned people into zombies.
Oh yeah, I remember that because, Lord, when I said that man beat the mist out that man's face, I felt so bad for him, and I was like, oh my gosh, like that was so sad, and that was in Miami, Florida.
Yeah, and there was about, I think, 20 counts. And there was about 20 counts of cannibalism reported that year.
Justice, nobody want to see you twerk.
I am so glad I'm not video chatting with y'all.
You heard her.
I am so glad I'm not video chatting with y'all.
Honey, I am not trying to twerk. I found some. Okay, so I found some chocolate. It's that white Kit Kat too. You know I love chocolate treats.
He loves white chocolate.
No.
If
Chocolate is
If
disgusting.
you get a hand on some white chocolate, it's over with.
Bro,
Chocolate is disgusting.
but I'm gonna be honest with you because I believe that it's gonna be another virus that comes out, and
Another justice, the coronavirus ain't even done it over with. We got another 4 years of that shit.
listen, have you? Okay, I'm not gonna play with her. What? What? Okay, but still, I'm. What if Corona is not the big virus that we need to be worried about? Like, what if it's
Well,
something?
I see a zombie apocalypse. I'm gonna just keep mind on corona. So I see a zombie apocalypse. I'm gonna stay inside the house, away from
Shit,
corona.
I'm gonna be out there
Because
fighting.
corona is
Hell yeah, she gonna be stuck in the house. I'm gonna be out there. I'm gonna be like Michonne from The Walking Dead. I'm gonna be out there.
no. I definitely
You'll be the first casualty.
Corona, but until I see the
Oh, you funny.
zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, I have a question about. I have a quick question.
I'm listening.
I'm sorry. If I shoot you in your head, I'm sorry.
Is that the same person that we used to talk to a lot back in 2013?
Talking about my friend Reagan.
Yeah.
Yep, that's when she.
Ain't nobody on there. Who you talking to?
Girl, you don't. Hold on. I'm not gonna play with her. I'm on Skype, friend. Maybe if you know what Skype is, it's not bringing back it up.
I got another question. Why ain't that nigga showing his face, but you showing yours?
Because I'm doing a YouTube video, friend. Business, get you some, baby, get you some. I'm just kidding.
And this YouTube video went from talking about zombies to everybody being a bitch to each other.
No, okay, but the thing about it though, think about it. We doing reverse psychology. Cause think about it. During the zombie apocalypse, everybody is gonna act crazy, and then people gonna start being, the B word to each other and everything else. And look, and that's a prime example.
Yeah, I'm not coming near y'all during the apocalypse. I'll be a lot better on my own.
Because, like I said, what if there be a more bigger disease than anything that that's way bigger than the coronavirus, like way bigger.
Well, if you think about it, every 100 years there's been a major outbreak of viruses.
I know.
And they all happen to fall on the same number, so it ends with a 0.
Right.
Like I think 1900.
One more damn thing to food. I'm gonna come to Florida. I'm gonna yank that bonnet off your head.
Continue, sir. Continue.
I think in the year 1900 there was the Spanish flu outbreak. If my memory serves me correctly, I think in the year 1900 there was a Spanish flu outbreak.
I remember the Spanish flu. Guess who?
So wait, you were there in the 1900s?
No, Reagan was. Reagan invented it.
Reagan invented what?
The Spanish flu, cause you know you don't like to keep your mouth closed when you be coughing, bitch. I'm just kidding.
The Spanish flu, nigga. You know what? I'm gonna let my 3-year-old take care of you. I'm gonna let him whoop your ass.
Shut up. Where she go? Where you go, Reagan? I was just kidding. Can you take a job?
Well, that was a unexpected turn.
I know, right?
That was an unexpected twist.
I got his back. Hold on.
Oh, you going to the bathroom? I was just kidding with you, Reagan. Don't get hostile. Don't get your feelings hurt.
Nigga, I'm gonna knock you out.
Ciao, boo.
Yeah.
Since I'm telling you, I ain't gonna lie to you. This video is gonna be lit, and you already know that I'm gonna get a lot of views because we just having fun. You get what I'm saying, Tristan?
Maybe we should change the title of the video to just having fun.
Listen.
And you know what? I don't think they can hear me on Skype, and I don't think Reagan can hear me either.
Reagan heard you. Reagan can hear, and I think they can hear Reagan too, because Reagan got a loud mouth.
I was about to say, like, if she couldn't hear me, and that means they can't hear me, that means I can call them on Messenger.
They can hear you because I got because I'm recording it with a Bandicam, like it's screen recording. They can hear you.
Okay. No,
Yeah,
it's just I haven't been on Skype in 2 years. So
they can hear you. Get your hands off me, cat! Dang! Up here trying to scratch me and stuff. But yeah, I bet you. How many views you think this video will get, Tristan?
oh, it'll get plenty.
I know. We gonna get a whole lot. You gonna tell your friends about it?
Maybe.
Why you say maybe?
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Kidding with you, man.
I know. But yeah, I mean, I do believe the zombie apocalypse gonna happen. Reagan believes it. I mean, I believe it. I mean, you believe it. Reagan believe it.
Well, I mean, like I said, it's in a 60-40 category. Like 60% it couldn't happen, 40% that it could. You know? Did you hear me?
Yes, I heard you. I mean, because you know, it's a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
And honestly, if it does happen, it's going to be man-made.
It really is.
Because if you think about it, like the government has everything that can create a potential virus like that. I mean, with me being a somewhat of a conspiracy theorist, the coronavirus was man-made in China, in the Wuhan Valley, or in Wuhan, China.
Mm-hmm.
It was man-made in a lab. Like, I mean, that's my theory on the point of the coronavirus, is that it was man-made in a lab in Wuhan, China, that was overseen by the U.S. government and the Chinese government.
Mm.
And like I said, like, you know, I'm somewhat of a conspiracy theorist. You know, I like conspiracy theories. I love to watch them, love to hear about them. You know,
I know what you're saying.
and you know, I think if a zombie apocalypse does happen, if it does, it's going to be man-made by a lab. Probably not here in the U.S., but it's going to be man-made in a lab. Because, and if it is here in the U.S., and the U.S. government does have the stuff to make it, they just don't want nobody to worry. Because I actually do remember about a year ago, believe it or not, about a year ago, I saw this video that this person who worked for the U.S. government, they actually got fired and probably got arrested because their video got leaked. They was in the CDC briefing room,
Mm-hmm.
and they was actually talking. If my memory serves me correctly, I think they was actually talking about the coronavirus, and it was some kind of virus they was talking about. I don't know if it was COVID or what, but it was some kind of virus they was talking about, and
Is
that was
it?
our CDC in Atlanta, Georgia.
Wasn't? I think I know what you're talking about. Wasn't it about that black man who went missing and they found him dead in L.A.?
I think so. I don't remember, but all I know is they were talking about a virus that was sampled, and it was a contagious and deadly virus,
Yeah,
and it could spread and they said it could bring people back to life.
because that video, I'm telling you, that video like of him talking was all on YouTube. Like when I say it was all over YouTube.
Because, well, like what I'm saying is what I'm saying is I mean, that was our own CDC in Atlanta, Georgia, that was hiding that from everybody. Like with COVID, the Chinese government did the same thing. Well, not with COVID, but with SARS, they did the
Yeah,
same thing. Back in
SARS
2000.
SARS was before COVID.
Oh yeah, way before. But SARS was in 2003. But when SARS was starting to become an outbreak in China, the Chinese government kept it hush hush between the UN and the medical staff of the UN. Nobody knew what was going on, and because China thought they could take care of it themselves, but it almost became worldwide like COVID. And SARS was a little bit worse than COVID, a little bit worse, but COVID and SARS are both of the same virus family, same virus cell, pretty much, if you might.
But let me ask you this though: let me ask you this: Do you think Hollywood knows something?
I mean, shit, possibly. I mean, it's a possibility that Hollywood might know something, but it's just zombie movies. So I mean, we really don't know for sure. You know?
Yeah, we really don't, cause
I
a
mean, I
lot of
mean, go ahead.
because a lot of people believe it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, and they don't know when it's gonna happen. But but if you go on the internet and stuff, and I can show the viewers and stuff, like if you go on the internet, it's called the Zombie Apocalypse Countdown Clock.
You see, okay, like here's my thing, and here's my other outtake on this. Like, could it be? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So, like I said a while ago, it's going to be man-made if it does happen. It will be man-made because everything that has happened in the past years has been man-made.
Mm-hmm.
There are glaciers that are thawing that are releasing bacteria and viruses that we have never seen before.
I know.
Because all these viruses and bacteria date back to the prehistoric era. So with all this ice thawing around the world, it is releasing new viruses and new bacteria that we don't know anything about and that could be potentially dangerous.
Right.
And like the reason I'm going that COVID-19 is man-made is because that the world is overpopulated enough. We broke that 7 billion category a long time ago.
Listen.
The world is getting overpopulated, and there's a thing called agenda. There's a thing I think it's called Agenda 21 that the government is using to wipe out some of humanity to depopulate the world.
Dang.
Because if you think about it, in Florida, I think back in the 1960s or 70s, in the state of Florida, the U.S. military was spraying an orange mist onto the ground, which was to kill trees, plants, grass, and even people.
Mm,
It was a
mm,
test. It was a test run about this new thing that they was going to use during the Vietnam War.
right.
Because the stuff was made to poison the tree life, the plant life, the grass life, and even people life.
What
And
about
they was going to use
animals?
and they was going to use that during the Vietnam War to depopulate the tree life, so the American soldiers or so the U.S. soldiers could get a better trajectory on their targets in the tree line.
But what about animals though?
It would also affect animals.
But like I said, because let me tell you, the last time, but you do know about the zombie doomsday clock, right?
I do. I
But
I do my research on a lot of things. And like when you're saying about like and like when you said earlier about that it brings ants and all that back to life, yes, that is true. It is actually not what people think it is. It is not a virus. It is actually a worm. It's a
I
parasite.
yeah, I mean, you get what I'm saying. Like, it's not a
Yeah.
virus, but it's a parasite. Like, it like
Well,
attack the ant, and then the ant, it would kill the ant, and then it would go
well,
and do
no.
a do
Well,
another
I
animal like that.
I seen a video of this snail that was infected by the same parasite. The snail was already dead. The parasite, like you said, had done crawled into it and killed it, and started taking over the snail's body. You can see the parasite moving in the snail itself,
Right.
moving the because the parasite only takes over the brain and the brain stem, which ironically is what the zo- is which ironically is what zombies need to thrive is the brain and the brain stem. They're not alive. They're not showing any brain activity, but their brain is showing like like okay. You remember The Walking Dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
You remember season 1 episode 4. I think it was the last episode of season 1 where he was showing all of them the subject.
Yeah, and how the way it died as a human, and then
Yeah,
and then and
and
then
it
it
started
started.
coming back as like a black like space black type thing.
Hold on for a
And it's
minute.
like
Somebody,
little
hold on for a minute. Somebody knocking on the door. Hold on.
well.
Who is it? Oh, but someone up. I know I saw Justin just a minute ago. Okay, I'm back.
Am I good to go?
Yeah, you good to go.
Okay. And it was like, like space black type thing, and it was like a little bitty like electrical, like, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but
That's pretty much what they need to thrive on. The brain does not need to be fully active, but if the brain is like somewhat active and it controls the stem for their movement and all that, that's what they really need to thrive on, and that's what the parasite does when it infects the animals. Because take the deer for example, when like all these deer were dying but coming back to life and all that, they call them zombie deer, but it was not a contagious like virus that could be transferred from animal to person, And it was and like that's when they concluded, when they got a subject, that's when they concluded it was a brain parasite. And this parasite thrives on any animal it sees. It could be like a dog, it could be a cat, it could be a deer, it could even be like I said, a snail, or like you said, an ant. You know?
have you ever seen the movie Train to Busan?
No, but I do hear good things about it.
Okay, so I'm gonna put that out there. In the beginning of the movie, this man run over a deer, right? And of course, the deer dies as a normal deer, and it came back as a zombie deer. And as I was thinking about this zombie disease that everybody was talking about on Facebook and YouTube and everything else, and I was like, okay. I was like, when I watched Train to Busan, I was like, okay, this is what they was talking about in the movie, like. But it don't never say. But it didn't. It never said how it started or what happened. You know.
Well, that's the thing. That's the same thing in The Walking Dead. Nobody knows how it started. Nobody knows anything. To be honest, it's just like when it goes to show, when the world goes to shit and all that. Like in the show, they're all infected, whether if they die of natural causes or they get killed and not get shot in the head or anything, they come back because they're all infected.
Right.
And that's what got people to thinking, because like The Walking Dead was actually at the hype of the said zombie apocalypse. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Because in 2011, 2012-ish, that bath salt outbreak that turned people into zombies pretty much, like The Walking Dead was still airing at that time. It was actually just beginning.
It really was.
And and speaking of The Walking Dead, I'm sad to say The Walking Dead is about to come to an end. I'm sad to say. It has been confirmed The Walking Dead will end after season 11.
Yeah, because I think Andrew Lincoln don't want to be in it anymore.
Well, he doesn't because Andrew Lincoln flat out said, because when they found out about Carl and all them,
Mm-hmm.
and spoiler alert for people who've not seen season 8 yet, spoiler alert. When Carl, they was at the table reading and all that, and when Chandler Riggs' character Carl died in the show, Andrew Lincoln looked at everybody else and said, "I don't want to be on the show no more since Carl's on the show," because Carl was the only person that Rick had left of his family.
Right.
Well, besides his daughter.
He had his other child too.
Well, that's what I said. Besides his daughter.
He got another child.
No.
Yes, he does. He does. He got a child with Michonne.
All I remember was he had Carl and his daughter, and that was it.
I know, but then he got married to Michonne, and they got a kid together. It's a boy.
I know that. I knew they got married, but I didn't know he had a kid with him, with her.
Yeah, he had a kid.
But anywho, spoiler alert. Like I said, Carl dies in season 8, and after that, season 9 happened. That's when Andrew Lincoln's character Rick died. But the thing is, nobody knows if Rick's dead or alive, because if you watch the episode where Rick supposedly died at, he's still breathing. He just gets picked up by a helicopter from a person that was trying to kill them.
Right. But
and right now, Robert Kirkman and some other creators from The Walking Dead is getting together with AMC to make a Andrew Lincoln Rick Grimes spinoff movie, pretty much like a 3-episode movie of like The Walking Dead. But but starring Andrew Lincoln as Rick Grimes once again.
Right.
But nobody knows if that's going to happen or not because we've said it before. Hey, this is going to happen, but it never does, and that's what I'm thinking. That's one thing about the zombie apocalypse because like people's been training about this shit all their lives.
I know, but have you ever seen? Have you ever seen the movie? Not the movie, but the TV show Z Nation.
I have, and I love it.
Okay. When you was talking about The Walking Dead, when if they got shot or whatever, they come back, right?
Hmm.
But in Z Nation, what really got me though was if they would have died of a heart attack or died of a gunshot, they would come back as zombies, and I was like, that seems familiar because we seen that on The Walking Dead, and I'm like, but what I like about on there though is that when someone dies like that, they say I give you mercy because they feel bad.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a good show. But what I like how the way it started off is, because how the way the beginning started off, they had a little intro. They said, they said the president is dead and this, that, and the other, and they don't even know how it started, just like The Walking Dead.
Well, the thing is, like, because here's my theory about how it could start in reality. Okay. Because in like every other show that stars like zombies, like movies and TV shows, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knows how it all started because nobody wants to put in the put in the initiative that it could have been an airborne virus.
Right.
Because if you think about it, the reason I say airborne because it could happen in reality as well, and this is why I'm thinking airborne because in the movies and the shows, if they die of a heart attack or just natural causes, then they come back because they're all infected. Hint, airborne virus.
Exactly.
Like that's how COVID is. COVID is an airborne virus in itself. It was started off. It started off as like person to person, and then it could become airborne later on down the road.
Mm-hmm.
Because all it takes is just a shift change in a virus to start getting stronger.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, because I'm telling you, because every time I wake up and I watch, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, every time like, watch the news or like read the news and stuff, it's like, cause I live in Florida, right? It's like every time I turn around, they say they found new cases of corona here. Like I feel
Hmm.
like, and I feel like, is it mutating or like what? Like I want to know what's really going on with it. Like that's why I'm trying to, you
Well, I
know.
can tell you. Well, I can tell you what it is. City officials got tired of the government telling them when they can reopen and all that, and city officials decided to reopen stuff on their own a little too early. Yeah, everything was good for a little bit, but also I follow in the news on Facebook, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I get updates from them every single day, and most of that is either about President Trump or about COVID. And COVID and the death cases related to COVID-19 has surpassed 900,000 deaths here in the U.S. alone. Here in the U.S. alone has had over 900,000 deaths.
And that's
Then
crazy.
again, it could be throughout the world. I'm not definite. I'm not definitely sure, but like the death case from COVID is at the 900,000 mark, which is almost as close as the flu deaths because the flu kills because like in over recent years the flu has killed a little over 1.3 million people. The flu has,
I know, and I'm telling you, it's
and
like,
and it's getting up there.
because have you noticed that? Because it seems like in other places, I'm not gonna lie to you, it seems like in other places they still shut down, like the whole country, whatever. Like it's still shut down, and and I feel
Yeah,
like, and
like
I feel like over there it's probably getting more better than it is over
mm-mm,
here.
mm-mm, 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 nope, no. Up in when I was still living in Denver, okay, when I was still living in Denver, and when I moved out, like everything was still shut down. When I moved out of Denver, there was only a handful of places that was open and letting people come in.
Hmm.
And and I got friends who live in Denver, and I talk to them almost every day, and they give me constant updates about what's going on. And
Right.
and the governor of Colorado, which is the governor of Colorado, okay, who is just like the governor of Mississippi. They are both almost identical about what they do. They're both hypocrites in my eyes. Okay, like the governor of Mississippi issued the mandate statewide mask ordinance. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but he was seen sitting in a big crowd of people with his wife, and him nor her were wearing their mask along with a lot of other people. The governor of Colorado has been spotted a couple of times without wearing his mask as well. And I get it, you do you, but don't pretty much force your mask ordinance on everybody if y'all are not going to abide by it as well. Especially if y'all are pretty much in charge of the whole state.
Cause I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm telling you, we had a customer come into Dollar General today, and he stayed up and said it. He said, "I don't see why y'all wearing a mask and stuff because it's not even helping y'all out or anything. Like it's not doing nothing to protect y'all. This, that, and the other." And he was talking about that it's basically really and truly messing up y'all immune system.
It really is. Like it really, really is. Because I hear more sirens. That sounds like an ambulance too. Sorry, I got sidetracked. If you actually get your mask and put under a microscope and look at the part that you breathe in. Hold on, give me a second. Nope, that is the deputy sheriff's. Is it just one or two? Just one. Where y'all going? Okay, I come this way. Okay. But if you take the part of the mask you breathe in and lay it underneath the microscope, right,
Mm-hmm.
and you zoom in, and you can actually see all the bacteria that you are breathing into your mask. And even if you do wash it, it's still going to be there. So while wearing the mask seemed ethical at first, it lowers the chance of you getting it, yes, but it also puts a higher risk level on your own health. Like if you have a doctor's note saying you can't wear a mask because you have a health problem, then yeah, that's understandable. You don't need to wear a mask. But if you look at the stuff that you breathe into your mask, and even if you do wash it, it's still going to be there. That's all the bacteria and all that that's coming out of your body and going into your mask and then going back into your body when you breathe in, thus messing up your immune system and could give you a higher chance of getting sick.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he has a point. That stranger has a point because at my old job back in Denver, I had to stand at the door and count how many people walk in and walk out and make sure they were wearing their masks because we had to enforce the mask rule.
Yeah.
And I don't like enforcing that on people. I do not. And to tell you how bad it was that I had on and tell you how bad it was on me to enforce the mask rule on people was that I would always get yelled at. People would throw stuff at me and all that. Somebody even tried to punch me
Mm.
because I was enforcing a rule that they did not want to abide by, and I completely understood. But it was store policy: either wear your mask or don't come in because we cannot serve you. But then you got to think about the Constitution and HIPAA law. In the Constitution and in HIPAA, it states that nobody can force you, especially HIPAA. You know HIPAA, right?
Mm-hmm.
The HIPAA law states that you cannot force nobody to wear a mask if they do not want to. You have the right to decline service, but you cannot force them to wear a mask.
Right.
That's the same thing with the Constitution. You cannot force nothing upon anybody. I mean, you have a right to decline them, but you have no right to force anything upon them. And and I wish people knew more about their Constitution and their rights. I really wish more people knew about that.
Right.
The reason I choose to wear a mask is because I don't want to get yelled at again by retail workers and all that, because I've actually been yelled at a couple of times by people who work at a store for not wearing my mask.
But let
And
me
I go ahead.
but let me tell you about this though, because here, even though let me tell you, even though the employees here we have to wear our masks, but when customers come in without their mask, we cannot say nothing to them at all. We cannot address them about wearing a mask or nothing because my manager said it would start confrontation.
Yeah,
and and then and we have other customers, they be like, oh, do they speak English? Can't they read that sign say that wear mask and why they ain't wearing a mask and this, that, and the other and blah 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 this and blah 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 that.
and
And I'm like, ma'am or sir, we cannot say nothing to them because they will start confrontation and customers like to argue and stuff.
see that was like okay, that was like before the mask thing became a thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had a couple people come to me one day when I was at my old store back in Denver, look at me and be like, are y'all really going to serve those people that's not wearing a mask? And I was like, well, yes, we have to because it's not mandatory. And that customer got so mad, he just like he walked in to shop, but when I told him that, he just walked out all mad and yelling at me and cussing at me and all that. And I was like, and I looked at him, I was like, it's not my job to tell them that they cannot wear a mask. It's not mandatory. When it becomes, and I looked at the guy and I was like, when it becomes mandatory, then yes, I will tell them. But until that time comes, I will not tell them anything because it's not my job because it's not mandatory. My job is to stand here and count how many of y'all walk in and how many of y'all walk out.
Right. Because I'm not gonna lie to you. But I remember they said I remember they were talking about Walmart, like customers that came to Dollar General. I remember they were talking about Walmart and stuff. They said Walmart would chase you down to make you put on a mask and this, that, and the other. And I was like, what?
And you say they can't do that because it's like at my old job, like we was like if nobody wanted to wear a mask after it became mandatory, we were supposed to tell them that they needed to wear a mask, and if they did not comply, then we would have to call security on them
Mm-hmm.
and all that stuff. And I'm just over here. I'm just like, hey, don't yell at me. I'm just a person I'm just a counter. I'm just the guy who counts people, and I occasionally walk outside and push buggies in and bag y'all's groceries and pack y'all's groceries in y'all's buggies. And that they still yelled at me. Like one person at another store that of the same store that I worked at a different location actually got the crap beat out of him because
Mm.
he asked somebody if they could put on their mask.
Mm-mm.
Like that potential customer ended up punching that person like 3 or 4 times in the face, all because he said, "Can you please put on your mask?"
That's crazy.
So after that, they still had us count people and all that, which I don't understand. Because that was nowhere in my job description. They just chose me for it without even telling me.
All right. That's like really
And
crazy.
and I looked at my managers. I was like, hey, I told them time and time again. I was like, hey, these people keep yelling at me and threatening to hit me. Can y'all please move me? Can y'all please get somebody to cover for me so I can go back down and do my original job?
And what
Like I
they
said,
say.
man, they said they was going to do it, but they never did.
Because I'm telling you, because we cannot say nothing to them folks, and I mean, like it's just really crazy. And then what's really like since all this corona mess done started and all this like it's just so crazy. Like I said, people done bought up all the toilet paper, done bought up all the paper towel, done bought up all the
And
disinfectant wipes. Like and
and
and since I work at Dollar General, we have to like because we have customers who really want that stuff. They be coming in, they be like, oh, have y'all got this or have y'all got that? And I was and it is really, and it really breaks my heart that I have to tell them no, we don't have any more of that anymore.
see, that was like when the outbreak first happened. I remember there was this one person.
Uh
He
huh.
was a college student, and he lived by himself. He had no family, he had no girlfriend, no kids, no nothing, right?
Mhm.
And he ends up buying about three big packs of toilet paper, the 24 packs, mind you.
Mhm.
He ends up buying three 24 packs of toilet paper and about 6 rolls of paper towels and about 3 boxes of tissues. And I'm like, okay. I'm saying to him, I was like, "Who must be a pretty big family." He was like, oh no, this is all for me." And I'm like, quarantine ain't gonna be that long, right? And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, quarantine ain't gonna be that long, right? And like I was talking to this other customer who was right behind him, and he started talking to me about that, and we was like talking about it, and we was both like, yeah, there's people out there that actually need this, and all that.
Mhm. Cause I ain't gonna lie to you. Because I remember, cause this one customer, she told me she remember at
Oh
one
God.
point. She remember at one point when she came to Dollar General, they had a limit on everything of how many stuff, of how much you can get. But now, since that limited is gone, everybody be buying it up and
That's what we
stuff.
did. That's what we did, but people like did not, even bother.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Hello everybody, this is just the Woman Adventures Discover Rock, and if you like my videos, I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. But also, hit that notification bell as well. And let's hop right on back into the video. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Welcome to America 2020.
But and some people be like, oh, the coronavirus probably gonna be out of it end of next year or the beginning of next year. And I'm like, okay.
Ew, my phone's dying.
Your phone dying. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's at 10%. Let's see how long I can hold out though.
I'm sorry, Justice.
That's okay. I'm seeing did it record. Hold on. I'm gonna be mad if this video did not record. Like for real.